co-parenting is the wrong word, because by definition, co implies cooperation. It
Totally.
implies collaboration. It implies two things, two people doing something together and communicating about it. And so parallel parenting gets at this idea of you're doing your part, they're doing their part. And I think that, again, we come back to this concept of injustice, Saul, which is this idea of many times people who are going through these kinds of really difficult, manipulative, antagonistic kinds of divorce situations find themselves having to take on a far greater burden. They will get kids without homework done who are a mess being dropped off after a weekend, or birthday parties were forgotten. And so you're on one parent's side, they'll feel like they're having to so much be sort of the enforcer and the schedule keeper and the doer and the fixer. And to which I say, yep, that's exactly right. And that is how it is. And there's no version of this where that's going to be justly distributed. And so parallel parenting really ties into this idea of the true north that I write and talk about, which is you got to have your eye very clearly on what's going to navigate you to the best possible outcome for what matters here. In the case of now we're talking about parenting, is your children. And yep, that means you are going to be doing more of the load and no one's going to see it. And it's going to feel awful, which is why you need support or therapy. And sometimes you are the nuisance, problem, difficult parent because you're the one pushing the homework. You're the one pushing the schedules. You're the one having to first, second, third, double check everything over and over again. So it can feel very imbalanced, but it's really about running your household from a place of empathy, consistency, clearly articulated expectations. All of that has to happen. Now, in that other household, that may not be happening. Is that confusing for your kids? Yes, but they've already gotten somewhat used to that because they've learned to interact with the two of you differently. Going through one of these situations is learning what you can and can't control. And that's what is so hard about this. And when you're parallel parenting, all you can do is sort of manage or control your side of the street or your household.